Hi, this is Susan Conlon Morgan, 2002 OHLD graduate and 2005 Plant Sciences graduate, coming to you from snowy, colorful Colorado. I am wishing Dr. Sue a long and wonderful and happy retirement. You deserve it. Thank you so much for all that you have done for me personally, and then also for the many students that you have affected throughout your long career at UT. I really enjoy gardening for the beauty of it. I'm into the artistic expression. You know, they say a garden is the slowest performing art. And it is kind of like a painting that comes to life slowly over time as the plants grow and the picture becomes complete.
Well, Sue Hamilton was really the visionary of the UT Gardens.
Let's see, it's 2021. Yeah, a year ago, March of 2020 was my official retirement.
She got out just in time, and she's still involved. She helps me when I have a question about how things should run, the nuts and bolts of running a public garden. She's out there in her travels sending us ideas.
Without Dr. Hamilton, that garden would not be what it is, because all throughout her time at UT, through her 37 years at UT, she's been advocating for a place like the UT Gardens, and she's the one who's made that happen.
Appointing her director of the UT Gardens was an easy decision on my part, because I knew that she would lead this garden on a renaissance from being a relatively good trial garden to a public horticulture destination for the region and way beyond.
So Sue, Lauren reached out. She asked me to share the positive impacts that you have had on my life, whether it be professional or personal. Well, as you and I both know, it's both. It started when I was a student.
I got to work on several great projects with Sue when I was an undergrad and in graduate school.
We have a lot of memories together. We are some of the old guard from OHLD. We're, I guess, the last two standing.
You helped me learn how to garden all over again.
The biggest impact Sue Hamilton had on my career was learning that if you choose a job you love, you never work a day in your life.
Back when we started just doing trials, who would have ever dreamed? You know, botanical gardens weren't that big of a deal back in 1983. So, you know, we really didn't think about, well, we're going to establish a botanical garden here. And that it just kind of slowly evolved. The more trials we started putting out, people would see them from the road and just got curious and would stop and want to know if they could come and look closer, and one thing led to another. And like we've been talking about, the gardens really got started with the annual variety trials, and then it evolved into perennials, and we have added over the years a collection. I feel that like I'm there to provide that big vision, the big picture on where we're headed. Well, with anticipating retirement, my husband and I wanted to downsize, so we bought a smaller home and moved up in the mountains here in Townsend. Well, the gravel, we're putting in a parking spot for him at the edge of our property, and then I'll work on making it beautiful. This was a go-through driveway. Stopped it here, and then all down in there, it's a gravel garden. All my plants are planted in gravel, and they're doing really well. Started out as a research associate and a lecturer, teacher, instructor, and then I worked on my doctorate part-time. And I can remember having some classes in horticulture even where the topic was so interesting and exciting for me, but the teacher was just so boring and blah, and I can remember thinking, oh my gosh, this would be so much fun to teach. You need to have some excitement about this topic and all. And so that I really got into teaching.
Sue, you've become a legend in the UT Gardens, and we certainly appreciate all your efforts from the Knoxville Garden Club.
I just want you to know it was very difficult for me to come up with the words that I thought were appropriate to describe the impact that you've had on the UT Gardens and the community at large.
You also taught me that I can fail. You know, I'm a perfectionist and I don't want to admit that I failed, but failing in gardening is all right because you learn what does and what does not do well in your garden, and you taught me that. And you taught a lot of people that through your work at the UT Gardens, and for that I'm ever grateful.
I've heard this a few times. When people talk about Dr. Hamilton's legacy, they point at the university gardens. And it's true that this property has transformed, but I feel like her biggest impact since coming to the University of Tennessee isn't something that you can come and see. It's the impact that she's had on the lives of all of her students.
She initiated the public garden educational tract here where we trained future botanic garden educators and managers and directors, and the students she taught are all around the country leading botanic gardens now.
So Dr. Hamilton was my academic advisor when I started as an undergraduate here at UT in 2007, and I took an Intro to Public Horticulture class from her that first semester, and that's where I learned about all of the different things that public horticulture can do. It's more than just working with plants and maintaining beautiful gardens. It's everything that includes people and plants.
I think what drives Sue Hamilton is two things: a love of plants and a love of people.
And one of the cool things about being around Sue is that she gets you excited.
It's really hard to take a class from her and not feel inspired to go on and work with people and plants.
So there's no question, I really enjoyed all the classes I taught, all the students, advising, mentoring. It's been fun to stay in touch with students over the years and see where they are now in their careers. So that's been a lot of fun, is continuing with those relationships and seeing others pursue their dreams in horticulture.
Thank you for taking a chance on me when I had no experience, for believing in me when I didn't believe in myself.
I am so grateful for your mentorship. I know that without you in my life, my career would not be what it is.
You know, they say that one generation plants seeds or trees that the next generation enjoys the shade of. No doubt, Dr. Sue, you've planted a lot of seeds and trees, and we all are enjoying the shade of them for long, long to come. Well done, my friend. Hope to see you soon.